Welcome back, Seekers of Wisdom, to this part 4 of our series covering the realms of the cosmos. As this is part 4, stands to reason that there's 3 previous parts. So if you haven't seen those yet, hit pause, go and watch those and come back. Everything will make a lot more sense that way, I promise you. Okay, so if you're back and we're all here, let's begin. As we've discussed previously, scholars have conveniently separated the realms of the cosmos into 3 sets: the upper celestial realms, the middle terrestrial realms, and the lower underworld realms. And that is the part we're covering today, the lower underworld realms. And we're going to get into all of that after a quick word from our sponsors. Now, I say sponsors, but we're new, so we don't actually have one. Instead, I'm going to tell you all about our favourite charity, Operation Florence. Formed by a lovely bunch of ex and currently serving healthcare and emergency service personnel who see the declining funding and gaps in capability as a real problem, they're working to build a volunteer-based emergency medical and rescue healthcare service that they hope will one day have locations across the country. But to do this, they need funding. I know, it's kind of ironic, but there it is. But they're awesome, and we want to help them. So if you'd like to know more about them, or details of how you can donate, or not, or just generally curious, all the details you need will be in the description below. Right, let's get into it, shall we? The lower underworld realms sounds gory and dark, doesn't it? I'd argue not really, but that's me. But what are they? Well, in some regards, one of them is fairly obvious: Helheim. But that's joined by Muspelheim and Niflheimer. And again, we see that interesting thing there, don't we? The use of the plural with Niflheimer, meaning that there is more than one. Yet, there is something more interesting to this list, isn't there? As we've discussed previously, Helheim is actually on Niflheimer, isn't it? Again, showing that a realm is not necessarily a planet. And this, boys and girls, is one of the things I love about Norse lore. It's full of little twists and turns. With all that said, let's take a closer look at today's list and what's actually there, shall we? Starting with Muspelheim, this is one of the primordial realms of the cosmos, having played a crucial part in our creation. This realm was one of the 2 that were nestled up to Ginnungagap and therefore a catalyst for all that followed. Yet, its importance doesn't end there. See, the sparks of Muspelheim were used to give us the stars that we see in the night sky, and Muspelheim plays a crucial part in the Ragnarok prophecy. Emptying its halls as Surtur, the fire giant and guardian of the realm of Muspelheim, marches on Asgard. Yet we have no information of any specific halls of this realm. Rather, all we know is that it is a land of fire and destruction, one that is guarded by its ruler Surtur and his flaming sword that is said to shine brighter than the sun itself. A place that is home to the fire giants and elementals known as the Sons of Muspel. Yet a realm that is unsurvivable to anything or anyone that are not essentially bred or adapted to live there. So the question usually becomes, why would such a realm exist? Well, balance. Everything in our cosmos requires balance, and the realms are no different, as we will see with the next realm. Moving on to Niflheimer, we see the contrast and the balance. For here we have a realm, or rather realms, of ice and mist, and the second of the 2 primordial realms that nestled Ginnungagap at our creation. The exact opposite of Muspelheim. Pretty much the dictionary definition of balance, in my opinion. As we discussed previously, this is a realm that has that interesting plural to its name in some places in our lore. It's not as consistent as others like Jotunheimer, yet it is there. So we can say that there is most likely more than one of this realm. Yet you would think that being a land of ice and mist that it would be as uninhabitable as Muspelheim. Yet it's not. Indeed, it is a place that has some interesting inhabitants, such as the Hrimthursar, or in English, the Ice Giants. Yet these are not the most interesting. The others shall be revealed when we reveal our little twist of this realm. You see, this is where things get even more interesting. Let us take a look at the halls and features of Niflheimer, and you will see why. We will start with the features. Vergelmir. This roughly translates to roaring cauldron and is set fairly at the centre of Niflheimer. This is an ancient spring, the source of the Alviga, 11 icy venomous rivers that course through Niflheim and some theorize the source of all rivers throughout the cosmos. Then we have Nastlond, the shore of corpses, a hall that will give you somewhat of a clue as to the twist of this realm, and indeed, the hall that is home of the dragon Nidhogger, where he spends his days chewing on the corpses of murderers, oath breakers, the dishonourable bastard damned. A truly dark and dreary place, not somewhere any of us want to visit, I would say. Another feature to this realm, and one that is really going to give the twist away, is Jarlabru, a gold-covered bridge that crosses the River Jarl to Helheim. Yes, our third realm of today's video, Helheim, is of course on Niflheim, and where some of the most interesting inhabitants of Niflheim are found. In the third realm of the video, that happens to be on the second realm of the video. I'm not even sure that makes sense, but I digress. Helheim is of course a realm and a hall. It is the land of the dead, one of the realms of the dead, one of the halls of the dead, and is ruled by no other than Hela herself, the daughter of Loki and Angrboda, having been sent to Niflheim by Odin to create the realm and hall of Helheim to be a home of the dead. Hela does of course have her own hall of residence, Algidna, which roughly translates to sleek cold. It is a vast shadowy hall, reminiscent of its surroundings, yet a place where Hela is known to hold court and banquet with the dead in her care. And it is, of course, Helheim that gives us the last two attested inhabitants of these two conjoined realms of this list. Firstly, no realm within a realm that has frost giants would be complete without its guardian. And here, of course, we have one. Garmir, a ferocious hound that guards the gates to the realm and dominion of Hela. A hound that I would suggest is actually the source of the modern day myths of hellhounds, those that are said to be ferocious and evil. Except that is, of course, modern misconception, as the word evil itself is actually a modern creation. Here we see that Garmir is in fact a giant godlike guard dog, although I don't think I'd want to upset him either. Secondly, we have Hralsvalga, which loosely translates to corpse eater, a giant in eagle form that sits at the edge of the realm of Niflheim and flaps his wings to create wind. Lastly, and most importantly, we have Hela herself. And here I would like to set the record straight. You see, Hela is nothing like the modern world has made her out to be. She really isn't. It is true to say that she is in fact half beautiful lady, half decayed. And that description itself seems to make people fear her. And it certainly seems to have been enough for the modern world to condemn her. A modern world that has used her likeness and realm to create a mythological devil and hell. But consider this, if you will. Her form is balance itself. She shows us that life continues just by being. Many suggest and theorize that she was cast to Niflheim out of fear and spite. Yet I've not read anything of our lore that suggests that. Rather, she was sent to perform a task of importance, yet one that requires someone strong of mind, strong of heart, someone compassionate and caring. Hela cares for all who are sent to her. She teaches those that have lessons to learn. She nurtures the sea of souls. And yes, those that are the dishonourable bastard damned, she sends to Nidhogger. Yet, this is the exception, not the norm. So, if there's one thing that you take away from today's video, other than the obvious of the three realms of the lower underworld clearly only being on two planets, it is this. Next time someone speaks of the devil or hell, remember they're talking about a myth that was designed to spread fear. Helheim is a place watched over by a lady of great compassion that is the epitome of balance. Hell and its fire pits are a lie spread to create fear. Well, on that note of honour and respect for one of the great ladies of our cosmos, that wraps up part 4 of our 5-part series of the realms of our cosmos. Join us next time as we discuss the realms of the afterlife in our final part of this series. And like we said before, if you like what we're doing, drop us a like, drop us a subscribe. drop a comment in below. We do read them. Still, until next time, kids.